everybody. So we are going to talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing with your pairs this coming week for geometry. So what you're going to need for your pair of visits is your geoboard and your rubber bands. You're going to need a deck of cards, you're going to need your dice, and you're going to need your popsicle sticks. Okay? So you either have a bag of these in your math manipulatives bag, or I have another bunch of them in the sensory kit. So you should have some nice colorful popsicle sticks, okay? So the first thing you're gonna do is they may be working with the geoboard to challenge them to be making different shapes, and it can be a game where one person makes a design and then the other people have to copy that design. So maybe I'm making a type of a triangle. And let's see who can make that one, right? It's called I Can Make A, Can You Make A? I can make a triangle, can you make a triangle? It could be any other kind of design that they want to challenge, and they take turns going around the group and seeing if they can replicate the design that their classmate or the para has made, okay? So you're going to be using your dice and your cards as random number generators to do the geoboards and the popsicle sticks. So with the geoboards, if you were to roll your dice, now there's something about this game that I want to tell you. It's called That's Silly. So if they roll the dice and they roll a 1 or a 2, the first person who says that's silly wins, because you can't make a shape with one side or two sides. With one side, it's just a line. With two sides, it's an angle. You need a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6 to be able to make an actual shape. So if they roll the dice and they get a 1 or 2, that's silly. Who can say it first? And then you're creating shapes with your dice, with your geoboard. You can do the same thing with your cards. And then you can use the cards and the dice to create shapes. So what if I drew a 9? I would have to make a big shape. So I'm going to have to first of all count out my sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have a nice big spot in front of me on the table, and I'm going to create a shape with 9 sides. It has to be a closed shape. You have to use all the popsicle sticks that you drew. And it's a little tricky, but they can do it. So that would be my 9-sided shape right there. And so they are practicing making shapes with their popsicle sticks and the geoboards and the cards and the dice, okay? So then you can also expect for them to be doing some more basic math activities with the popsicle sticks, sorting by color, and then counting the amount in each pile is an activity that they're all working with all the time when it comes to these different manipulatives. So making piles of purples, making piles of blues, and how many are in each pile, okay? That might be something that you work on with your wonderful para that day. And then also making patterns. So we're working on our skip counting still, so we're going to be following up with that. So 2 of one color, 2 of another color to 20, okay? 2 of another color. They're going to be skip counting by 2s. All right? And then they're going to try making a pattern with 3s, 3 of each color. Skip counting by 3s. All right? So that might be the pattern. They also will be encouraged to skip count by 5s. And we need to learn how to do that so we can tell time. So we're practicing skip counting by 5s. So 5 greens, 5 purples, and so on. Okay? And then after they've done their skip counting, another activity would be, what is the pattern? You can practice. So your para might make a pattern like this. They might make a green, 2 oranges, and a purple. Green, 2 oranges, and a purple. And then the student may have to replicate that design, okay, that pattern. So we're going to all take turns picking a pattern that they designed themselves, and then everybody else in the group is going to try to replicate that pattern, okay? So we have a lot of fun activities with these materials, and I think that you're going to have a good time with your pairs this week. Happy learning!